Hi guys, welcome back. I'm hoping I'm looking very sharp today because I have a new phone which has a really good new camera on it, and I can actually see myself because before my speaker wasn't working when I filmed from the front, so I had to do everything from the back, which meant I couldn't see what I was filming half the time. So I am just walking down to the allotment. I'm going to do a little tour. It's actually the evening. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening. The light is beautiful, beautiful golden hour as they call it. So I thought I would do a little tour. I'm just looking at that person that's got their hose on, even though there's a hose pipe ban. I knew there'd be one. So yeah, we've been using watering cans. We usually use a hose, but obviously there's a hose pipe ban in our area, so we're using watering cans. And let me tell you, it's bloody hard work. It usually takes me about an hour to 2 hours to water both our plots with a hose. So with watering cans, we are having to just pick and choose what we water. We did have a lot of rain the other day, which gave it all a good water, but could do with a little bit more really. Right, I've just come onto this plot, so let me turn the camera around. Let me show you. Oh, look at all my apples. I'm excited about them. I did try one the other day, not quite ready. It was all right, but not perfect. So let me turn you around and I'll start this little tour, and you can see what we've got going on in August. I forgot what month it was then. So we have a lot of apples on the floor, which happens. Got some nice little flowers that are starting to come through. So these are all zinnias. They're really pretty, and some cosmos. Cosmos haven't done as well this year for us. I think we planted them out late, and as I say, lack of water obviously is going to affect a lot of things this year. These are my beautiful amaranth. I've never grown these before, and I am growing them for the seed. Look at the colour of that with the sun on it. That is stunning. I'm going to take a picture of that in a minute. Yeah, and I've got some pink ones, some cosmos. I love this one. It looks velvet, if you can see. Yeah. But yeah, lots of amaranth. And I've got my chickpeas here. I am going to be picking these soon because I think they're dried now. Let's have a, should we open one? Oh, a bit of grass in the front of the camera. Let's open one so you can see, shall we? Try and do it one-handed. Look, that's an actual chickpea. I'm so excited. I've never grown chickpeas before, and I have a chickpea. So I might actually pick them. And so I assume what you do, because obviously they're not hard. I don't know if you just, I don't think you have to soak them. I think you can just cook them. So yeah, so that's the chickpeas. Nearly, I'm going to pick all of them soon. And over here, here's my pumpkins. These are supposed to be giant pumpkins, but they're not very giant. But they are orange, which is nice. Ready a little bit early. Obviously I want them for Halloween, these ones. I put 4 plants in here, and only 2 pumpkins I've got. Another one down here. And that's it, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, that's 2, 1 each for the girls, so that'll do. Now this is looking a bit sad. Probably is some weeds, it needs weeding. These are pumpkins and squashes in here. So we've got a honey bear down there, nice little one. I've got some patty pans there, you can see. And over here, these are my exciting ones. I've got to try not to tread on any. Oh, some Turks, well, some, say 1 Turk's turban. Look at that under there. And I've got some crown prints there and there. I've got some bigger ones of them on the other plot. I'll show you in a minute. And I think there's some butternut squash over there. Oh, there's another crown prince there. So yes, look, the crown prince has done all right. I just got a bit excited because I've just seen a Jack B. Little pumpkin. And these, I was just about to show these. Oh, look at that, it's stunning light. These are my Jack B. Little. Look, can you see that little tiny one there? And look, can you see him? They were a little bit slow to get going, but this one is now starting, and we've got a few more. Now the idea was that they're going to grow over the arches. I think they're a bit slow, so I don't think they're actually going to make it over the arch, but I mean, who cares? If I get some pumpkins off of it, then that's all that matters. So at the moment I can see 3, so that's good. Maybe 4. Some of the ones on the other side are just starting to get going as well. I think they're the baby boos over that side, which are the little white ones, but we will find out once they actually grow. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, I'm drawing it backwards. So all along here, that's all of that for that little pumpkin at the end there. That's a Tahiti melon squash, which is supposed to be really good for storing. So that's good. So this is the pathway under the plum tree, but it's so weighed down. Now I did try one of these plums the other day and they were quite nice. There are some with we have had some with some maggots in, unfortunately, so it means we just have to cut them open before we can just eat them. So as I say, this is some more squashes and some tomatoes that I don't know if Mum's been down today, but there were some tomatoes to pick. So I'm going to be picking some of these. These are the Cour de Boeuf ones. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. They have sort of just been chucked in, left, they've fallen over. They've not been looked after very well at all, but they've still produced some lovely tomatoes. So I'll be picking some of them. And then we've got some more, this is another Tahiti melon squash. It's growing over here. Doesn't actually, oh, there is a little one on the end. Look, little tiddler. And then there's another one over here, which I don't think's got much on. They've just been a bit slow to get going. Marigolds look good though. Now these are my sorry looking chia seed. Unfortunately, this is one of the things that sort of got decided not to water. We had to, as I say, pick what we water and what we didn't, and this is one of the things that didn't get so much water, as you can see. And then over the back there's the chia, and then no, not chia, that's chia, that's quinoa, and then over there is just some spare mini munch cucumber plants that, well, they were spare. I sowed 36 of them, so there's a lot in the Polytunnel, which I'll show you in a minute, but there wasn't enough room for these, so we just stuck them out here. And you'll be able to see there's a big difference between these ones and the ones that are inside. They grow a lot better inside. And there I have got a little cucumber there, and there is a cucumber there, but I think that's off of the Telegraph Improved that were put here. I've also got some these edamame beans, another new thing for me, which I'm very excited about. Probably nowhere near enough, well, definitely nowhere near enough for the amount that my girls eat, but there's some. Next year maybe we can do some more. The sweet corn is one of them things that hasn't done particularly well for us this year. I don't know why. It just was very slow to go. Once it did start to go, obviously then we had big droughts. So there are some tiny little corn on there. I don't know how well it's going to do and how much bigger. They have started to turn brown on the top, which normally means that they're ready, but there's hardly anything in there, it's tiny. So that didn't do very well for us this year. Got another pumpkin in here. This is a sweet dumpling, so I'm pleased with that. I have tried, ow, they're so sharp. I have tried to keep the pumpkins watered because I know they do like a lot of water. So that was one of the things that we chose to water, but they are looking a bit sorry. I thought it was supposed to rain, but it hasn't. These beans, got a few on there. but they're not, there's not loads. Not done great. Raspberries are starting to come in now. We have autumn raspberries, so they are starting to come now. So I have had a few, but there's not loads. But again, this is one of the things that doesn't get watered as much. Then over here, just eating that one, is a Brussels sprouts and kaleets. They haven't really been watered either because they take a lot of water. But I'm hoping because the ground cover, they're sort of covering the ground, it maybe hold some of it in. Got lots of tomatoes on this little plant. This is a tumbling tom. I do need to sort of harvest them, which I'm going to do in a minute. The chickens come running over because I think I'm going to feed them. Sorry, you're not mine, I can't feed you. But they keep scaring the life out of me because I keep hearing them and thinking there's a mouse. But it's just the chickens. Right, this is a greenhouse, obviously. I've got some razzmatazz peppers. I'm really pleased with these. I'm assuming that's as big as they're going to get. But yeah, Craig's been eating them. And he said they're quite strong, but they're very nice. We sowed some more dwarf French beans, so I'm going to plant them out over the weekend. And I think these are beans. These are climbing beans. Again, I need to get them out. We've got some pak choy in here, looking good, and some beetroot, whatever that one is, Chiogia or something like that. This is the another type of beetroot, which hasn't done that well. Just a few at the back there, being watched by the chickens out there. This is some swede again. Don't know why this bit hasn't grown. It's quite dry. I'm going to give it a water. This is some Romanesco cauliflower. That's a bit of lettuce. That's some dead parsley, and a little bit more parsley. This I sowed ages ago and nothing grew. So it's supposed to be ground cherries. I don't know if it actually is or if it's weeds, but it is all the same thing. So, but it's probably a bit late now. Maybe I'll put it on and see what happens. And what else have we got? We have got some kohlrabi because our last kohlrabi got eaten. Something has been digging in there. That's not very good because nothing's supposed to come in here. Got some more beetroot there. I've got some Cavallonero kale, and this is some other kale. It's not done particularly well. I think that's some mange too. It was a cheeky sowing of mange too. Quite late, but we thought we'd give it a go. Again, it looks like something's been digging them up. Something. I did see a mouse come in here the other day, but I thought it wasn't doing anything. This is my what's it called? Loofah. And I've got a teeny tiny little loofah on there. I put this in quite late. I bought it from the garden centre, but you know, with this hot weather I might get something off of there. These are supposed to be peppers, but they look more like chili peppers because they're small. So I need to pick them, and then I've got some, see, they're supposed to look like these peppers. Oh, ow. Oh, coming through. Out them. But they didn't quite grow that big, so I'm not really sure. Then we've got some more. Oh, there's some little peppers flying on there. One over there turning orange. So hopefully I'll get them before the mice do. So that's the greenhouse. Over here we have got some kale under here. I can't remember what type it is, but it's a red one. Some more beetroot that have been in a while. We'll just pick them as and when. But there are some massive ones in there now. Look at this beauty. So I need to look up some beetroot recipes and pick that. I've got a sweet potato over there. Not grown it before. Don't know if it's going to do anything else, but we'll see. Just trying to get out of here. There's some beautiful looking cabbages in there. Let's hope we get some rain so that, oh, you can't see through there, can you? Probably better from further away. That's some Savoy cabbages. So they are looking good with a couple of Brussels sprouts shoved in at the front. What have we got? Hang on. Here we've got some more beetroot that needs to come out, some leeks, some onion that we grew from seeds. This is some fennel, which I need to, I'm waiting for it to dry so I can save the seeds from that. Yeah, these we grew from seed rather than sets. Oh, there's a grasshopper just jumps over there. And they've done all right. I mean, they're not huge. Not like my beetroot in there. But they've done all right. We had a bit of a problem with our onions this year. Over here, we've got the kale. Don't know if you remember, you might have seen that it was all getting eaten. We've netted it because we think it might have been pigeons that are eating it. And it does seem to be making a bit of a comeback. I'm not sure how good it actually is. And then a couple of kohlrabi as well. As I say, it was getting eaten. Oh, them chickens keep making me jump. But yeah, they've sort of made a bit of a comeback as well. They're just watching me. You keep scaring me. You keep making me jump. I keep thinking there's a rat there. So that's more or less this plot. I haven't shown you some more beans actually. The cannellini beans I've left on the plant to dry so that I can store them. So they are now dry, so they'll be coming out soon. Let me show you. So they're there. So they're all dry in there. Don't really know what that is. Someone attacking something with a stick. Borlotti beans are drying out. They weren't supposed to be. I was supposed to be picking them, but I haven't picked them in time. These are supposed to be borlotti beans, but don't look like borlotti beans to me. And then the runner beans, not our best crop of the year. Starting to get a few, but they've been very slow and very sparse. Got a few there, but yeah, they haven't done particularly well this year for some bizarre reason. Right, I'm on my other plot now and ducking under the trees as usual. This is another plum tree and a green gage tree, which we've had lots off of, but also a lot falling on the floor. Right, so this one, I'm going to turn you around and show you what's going on this one. So here I planted out some chamomile, but I think obviously it wasn't watered, so it's all died. Got a couple of tomatoes still coming on there, and I've got some blackberries there, which I'm going to get as well. This is our new arch with the kiwi on it. This is some carrots, turnips and parsnips. I feel like I'm going to say this quite a lot, but it hasn't done particularly well because it's been very dry. We've got some Swiss chard, which again should be a lot bigger than that, but it's not. Some beetroot. Again, not really growing very well. Put some seeds in here. Seeds aren't doing very well at all because, as I say, it's too dry. It's too bloody dry. Some beans that are looking a bit worse for wear as well. And some dwarf beans. I've had a few off of here already, so they're looking nice. They're the purple variety, so they look pretty. Got some more tomatoes along there. I've had quite a lot of tomatoes off of there as well already. And then just over here in my big raised bed, super big. Look at my beautiful crown prince. That's my pride and joy, that one. It's the big one. It's all looking a bit, it's not looking great, is it really? I have been trying to keep this one watered. And I've got some smaller ones down here. there, and then there's another one over there. So yeah, that's that. I've got some cayenne chili peppers just on the end here, just starting to turn red. And then over here we have the Polytunnel, which you have to give a little wobble when you get here, just to make sure that anything that is in here runs out the back and doesn't scare the life out of me. So in here, whew, quite a lot. As you can see, some beautiful red tomatoes. They're all sort of cherry, I think they're Gardener's Delight, all of them. But they are looking amazing. I've got some cucamelons that are ready up here. And then I've got some aubergines down here. So we have already had quite a few off of here. So we've got these little purple ones, and then on this one, I picked it the other day, it's like a big dark purple roundish one, whereas these are sort of long ones. So we've had quite a few off of there, which they're nice. I've got some cucumbers. Oh, there's some there. So this cucumber plant here is the same one, or the same lot from the other plot. You know, I said the ones that were outside. So look how much better they've grown in a pot inside than the ones outside. And then I've planted the cucumbers in between each one of there. So to be honest, it's just cucumbers just growing all over the place. These are all cucumbers. They're just, you know, all over the place, and you just hope that you find some cucumbers. We've got these are spring onions, which are not very spring oniony anymore, but these have been in since winter. So yeah, they've just gone a bit mad now, but you can still eat them. Chop them up, you can cook them, roast them like normal onions, and they taste really nice. We've got some peppers here that are starting to turn. So nice big peppers. It always amazes me that I'm like, actually like the ones you get in the shop. It always surprises me when I can grow something like that. These, I've already had one of these. They're some really cute little black mini peppers, but we've already had one of them. That was nice. That's a rotting one that something had started to eat, so I've just left it there so it can have that. Just don't eat any of my other ones. I've got another, can you see, cucumber? Oh, that's a nice, that's a big one. So we've already picked about 3 like that. Oh, got another one coming through there. I love it. And then these are mini munch ones, but they keep growing like little raindrops for some reason. I don't really know why. Oh, there's one there, been eaten. Look, someone keeps eating them. Oh, can you see? I'm not impressed. So if they're higher up, they don't get eaten, so that's good. We've got some more growing on here. These are all cayenne chili peppers, so they're starting to grow nice and big. Just need them to turn red. So these ones are starting to turn red. I wonder if that's because they get more sun at the front. And then I've got some more razzmatazz. They just look so pretty. But yeah, I'm really pleased with them this year. And then just another mini munch one. Again, this comes from that same batch that I had some growing outside. So again, just shows inside they're just a lot better. So down on this bit, this is the potato patch. It's looking a bit sad, isn't it? They probably are ready to come out now. They've all died down. We stopped watering them a while ago because it just takes so long with a watering can. So I think we are going to probably dig them up in the next couple of days. We've already emptied some of the ones that we grew in pots. I don't know if you can see over there, them green bags. We had some of them with Charlotte potatoes in. We've already had some of them. They were amazing. Down here, there's just some courgette plants. There's a nice courgette on there. So some of them are just like the green, dark green ones, and then some of them are like, oh, for God's sake. Everything makes me jump down here. That's only a pigeon. It took off out of a tree, but scared the life out of me. They're like little, called Lebanese courgettes. So they just look like that. And then hanging up here, got some more tumbling toms, which have done really well. So they don't look particularly great, but they do taste nice. And then over here, this were yukikuri squashes, and I picked a couple because the vine, this is a vine here, it all died, so I took it off and I've taken them home to finish ripening, because again that one looks beautiful but it's been chewed. And then there's a couple in there as well, but because the plant still looks alright, we've left them on there just to see. And there were some pattypan plants here as well, but they're all started to, they seem to have, I don't know, they got, last year we had so many pattypans. The more we picked, the more we got. It just seems that we picked one lot and then that was it, we didn't get any more. So, I mean, my family aren't that upset about that because they had so many last year. These couple of cabbage plants, Mum just stuck out because they were in the greenhouse, but I think they already had eggs on them, because although we covered them over straight away, I did notice, well, as you can see, they've all been eaten, and there were some very, very big, juicy caterpillars on there, which I removed, but maybe I didn't get them all. And then these are some Swedes in here, and then that's the potatoes again that all need to come out. So it seems I seem to be saying the same thing about everything really, is that a lot of it has struggled just because it's so dry, and even though when we could use our hose, we did sort of water it quite a bit, but we just can't get here every day or whatever to water it, and normally you'd have a bit of moisture in the ground, but obviously there was just no moisture in the ground. And as I say, the fruit trees, well, not all of them, some of them produce really well, but that plum tree seems to have not done so well. Tomatoes have loved it. Tomatoes have done fantastic. We've had them coming out of our ears, so many tomatoes, which was amazing because last year we got blight, so we didn't get any. Peppers, chilies have all done really well. Aubergines have done really well this year. For us, things like our runner beans haven't done very well this year. I don't know if that's a general thing or just us. What else? Pumpkins have done really well this year so far. I haven't tried any yet because obviously they're not ready, but I've got pumpkins on them, whereas last year some just didn't even grow anything. So, you know, every year you have some things that do particularly well and some things that just don't. So obviously tomatoes love the heat, and the peppers love the heat and the sun. As long as you keep them watered, they do well. So that's just my little tour for today. As I say, I think apart from the peppers, peppers are starting to just come in now. Tomatoes, we're coming to the end of our tomatoes now. There's still quite a few green ones, so there's still some to turn, but we don't have we've had the bulk of it, I think. But maybe if I do a tour next month, there might not be so much, because all the seeds we've sown to put out, it's just too dry. We just can't keep them alive really. So there might be a tour, there might not be, it might just be empty. But that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time.